Yes, indeed, powerful people. This is another episode of Breaking the Machine. I'm your host, Ahmad the Poet, alongside my partner, Spank the Bank.
What up, though?
And today we'll be taking another incremental step and shifting the culture. My brother, how you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm all over the place today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Today was a very busy day. Wasn't that prepared. For real. I just got up at like 5:06. Normally I try to get up about 4:30 so I can prepare. You know, make sure I got everything. Make sure I have everything to get out the house and go straight to the gym. But got up at 5:06. I could have just stayed in there like, man, nope. I just rushed up, got up. You know, my goal was just to get to the gym. So I did that. You know what I'm saying? Got to the gym and I ain't looked that clean today to work. You know, I was putting a t-shirt, some slacks, and some dress shoes, and did work and real busy at work today. And then after work, just feel like I'm still busy, stuck in traffic. Made a stop, and then on the way here. But I'm still good though. But just trying to I gotta prepare better. But like I said last night, my daughter was up to midnight. So that. Yeah,
traffic was crazy outside getting here. I was like, what? I thought it was a concert or something. I'm like, why is traffic so crazy? The Pistons playing tonight or something? I don't know what's going on.
No, they'll play tomorrow. But man, and it's daylight savings. It was good for me in the beginning of the week, but it smacked me in the face Wednesday. So, but how you been?
I've been good, man. And I wanted to say it's good that you're holding yourself to a standard. You know what I'm saying? You're like, man, I normally wake up at this time. You got a routine, you got a standard. Did you still get in the gym though?
Yeah, I went to the gym day. Okay. Yeah. So that's why I said I didn't get up at the time I wanted to. So I try to get up earlier than 4:30. Really like 4 o'clock, 3:30. For real. Just I can just let my mind get free. Walk around, do what I gotta do. But like I said, it was like 5:06. I'm like, damn. I just got up and went straight to the gym, dog. I just grabbed a shirt or normally what I do, I pack my underwears and everything in my boot bag. So literally, bro, I live out of boot bag. For real. I got my underwear, socks, toothbrush, soap, towels, because I go to the gym every morning. So I got all that in there. And then I normally keep 3 or 4 pants, three pair of pants and 4 pair of shirts in my car. And because I'm a work out and then go change and do all, I literally live out my bag in my car because I'm always on the go. Yeah. So that's just how so then I knew I had some stuff in my car in my bag. I just didn't know what it was. I know I'm I got something to wear for work today. Yeah. But it's cool. Next week is gonna be more fresh and more prepared. But
that's a powerful statement. You said, "Let my spirit be free." You said, "I gotta wake up in the morning and let my spirit be free."
Like this.
That's deep. Yeah.
Let it be free or just.
Because it's the most freest in the morning when nobody's awake. Your spirit can just be free, bro.
Yeah, you do be free. You just be happy. I do be happy in the morning. Yeah. Just be cheesing for no reason. Yeah. I know everybody still sleep. Yeah, just walking around the crib just trying to figure out, all right, what I'm about to get done. All right, my clothes ain't finished. My clothes finished washing. Got to put them in the dryer. Then put them in the dryer right quick. I just be up moving, and then I'll head up out the door.
Yeah, my day was good, bro. I woke up. I didn't wake up early. I woke up probably at 9, something like that. And then I did make it out to the gym today, which I was happy about, man. I've been back in the gym. Got back in, so I'm feeling good about that. Consistent. I went in yesterday, went in today. Just back at it, feeling good. When I got home, I didn't really do much work. I just did more so prepping for this episode. Then I got tired, and then I fell asleep. Then I woke up, and then it was time to go to here. So then I was just like, dang, man, I don't feel like driving all that long drive. But then something in my spirit was just like, nah, this is what it's about. So then I was just like, nah, because I was thinking about that conversation that we had about consistency, putting out the episodes and I'm just like, this is
that's what get me going every time.
Yeah, I'm just like, this is what's holding us back. This feeling right here, this feeling man, I need to go back to sleep. I've been doing too much. I'm like, you know what? Nah. I'm
get over that shit.
I put on some Doja Cat. Hey, man, this is a song by Doja Cat. I've been listening.
Take the Time Red?
Yeah, no, it's on my phone. I wish I had. Oh, my God, it's on my phone. I'm going to have to put it up on the screen.
Bro, you know what's crazy? I was tailgating at the Lions game, and I was DJing off the aux. You know what I'm saying? I'm turning it up. Yeah. And this guy was coming like, man, play that Doja Cat. I'm like, yeah. Bro, I don't think these people going to like this Doja Cat. Because I'm like, I know Doja Cat. Doja Cat don't make, music for this scene that I know of. Yeah. So he's like, man, play that Doja Cat, Paint the Town Red. Play it. And, he drunk. So I'm like, all right, dog. I played it. I'm like, okay. I don't care what you said. And I'm like, okay, Doja Cat. Okay, yeah. I'm like, all right. I looked at him, all right, bro, you got one. But then I was like, damn, when I really listened to this, I'm like, she tripping on her.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's art.
Yeah, man. I wasn't listening to that song, but it was this other song on her new album. I just started listening to it today, man. And I was just like, I got to listen to the song to, like, give me a good energy to ride down here. And, I just was playing some music, driving down here, man. I also playing that one song, I think it's by Sam Cooke.
Only song I know about Sam Cooke is A Change Is Gonna Come.
Yes, a change gonna come, bro. A change gonna come. Yeah. A change gonna come. And I was listening to it, just giving me that energy, man. But yeah, man, my day's been good, man. I've been waiting for this episode, waiting for this sitting down conversation. It's been a long time coming.
Man, it's so bright in here too right now. I like this scene right now. You set it up very nice today. I like this.
It's good today. This is a conversation we've been trying to have for a long time. Even before the interview came out. The new interview that we're going to talk about, the one that came out with Jeezy and Nia Long. Powerful conversation. If you haven't seen it, go check out the original.
Yes.
Please dive deep into that. It's a powerful conversation, deep, layered. But we actually was working to have Jeezy on the show when he came in town to do his book signing. Hence why we got the book and why we bought the book and read it. You know what I'm saying? I read the book just to prep for that. But we're actually going to do a deep dive into the book, but just in the conversation in general. And just unpack some of these thoughts, man. It's been going crazy on Twitter and Instagram. I've been seeing a lot of stuff, man. So I just definitely wanted to go into it. I wanted to ask you, what was your first impressions of the interview when you seen it, man?
I saw some of me. You know what I'm saying? Like especially with him and his relationship, him and his mom. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like saw it with like my mom is not toxic like how his mother was, but you know I definitely get what he was saying. You know, just the tough love, you know what I'm saying? That tough love. Like sometimes you just want that gentle, you know, nice, kind love. But like he said, at the more order he got, he understand that people, you know, probably didn't know how, was never loved, so they don't know how to love. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I kind of really got of it. I got it for watching that on his side. With Nia's side, it's like I see my sister just still struggling. You know what I'm saying? Struggling with the big breakup. You know, having 2 boys, you know, trying to raise men, you know, and also hearing her trauma about how she didn't have a father. You know what I'm saying? She's from South Central LA, you know, and they're really the same 2 people, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You know, she's from the hood, he's from the hood, you know what I'm saying? Just he's from the South, she's from the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? So like how they both got this guard up, you know what I'm saying? And they both went into a relationship with a guard up. So that's, to me, that's probably why the relationship didn't succeed.
Yeah.
Yet, that's what people don't understand. Like, bad things or bad times are going to happen sometimes in a relationship. Now, I ain't going to say you stay. You know what I'm saying? You know, but when you got your guard up, how can you love your partner? How can you receive what your partner is saying? Because you got your guard up. You probably used to getting fussed at and cussed at by a woman. And you probably getting talked to in a kind way. You probably just don't know how to deal with a healthy environment. You know what I'm saying? Or you just don't know how to talk to a man in a healthy environment because your guard up. You know what I'm saying? So I saw, that's what I saw from it. That was my perspective from it. What you
Bro, I definitely pulled that, man. And that was deep what you were saying just about that. The fact that they both had like relationship differences with their parents.
Yeah.
It kind of got them in that guarded space.
Yeah.
But something I also pulled from it that was really crucial for me is when he started talking about Lil J. And he talks about Lil J in the book, just his experiences and, you know, getting beat up by his older cousin and learning all these lessons from his family. And just basically an amalgamation of all these moments of just tough love from his family. You know, he doesn't have a lot of warm moments with his family in this book. You know what I'm saying? And it just talks about how he shaped him and how on that day I learned this lesson. You know what I'm saying? You keep your mouth shut. On this day I learned this lesson. You know what I'm saying? Everything that happens in the household stays in the household. You know what I'm saying? I learned how to be a man on this day. Like he chronicalizes these different moments and events in his life that show him you can't trust friends or you can't trust family or this is the way that you have to deal with people, family, friends, relationships, different things like that. And it really just showed me
he's very relatable.
He's very relatable, but the fact that he hasn't healed from that yet. And he talks about Lil J and protecting Lil J. So when he talks about that moment And I want to play these clips for the audience as well, just so they can get a better understanding. And we can play the clip now, the moment where he just talks about Little J and how it's important for him at this point in his journey to protect his inner child. And we're going to unpack it.
When I went to visit my mother that day, I went to forgive her, but I also went to tell her that I'm going to stand up for Little J.
That's right.
Right? The Little J that she put in that position. And I think a lot of my healing journey, especially in my real life, had a lot to do with me never standing up to my mother the right way.
That's right.
Which made me be a certain way in real life.
Clip in general was deep to me because it, from my perspective, what it sounded like is that what he was alluding to is it's like different moments in your life when you're not standing up for your inner child, when you're not standing up for, Lil J, when you're not standing up for Lil Ma, it just make you think about like all those moments in your life, especially when, in relationships, you know what I'm saying? Or when you're dealing with somebody and you let somebody disrespect you, or just disrespect a vulnerable side of you. And then it triggers something from the past. Like, man, they disrespected me when I was in a vulnerable space. And I heard him talk, and later on in the interview, just about like, it got to a point where it's just like, the number one priority is protecting this child. And I don't know what he was going through in his relationship, in his life, for him to get to that space. But I definitely been there, when it's like, nah, man, I'm not putting myself on the back seat anymore, where you like, because you can open up and be vulnerable with somebody, and then they use that vulnerability against you. You know what I'm saying? And they directly attack those child wounds that you got. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the way that you look or the way that you talk, you got a lisp or whatever the case may be. And people will use that ammunition against you and attack you in that space. And it's just like, you're not really attacking me, the grown me. You attacking my inner child right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, those little insecurities that I got, they bother me, but they really bother my inner child. They bother me from back in the day. And he can't heal because you constantly using that ammunition, that vulnerability that I gave you against me. And I just felt like that was just powerful for him to unpack that, especially as a grown man and just somebody who's respected in the culture, man. You know what I'm saying? What did you take from that?
I took at it. A good question. Cause I took at it as like, I guess for my father, I forget my father for a lot of things, but I didn't grieve. Like how you say, he didn't grieve his mother's, death. I didn't grieve for real, my father, but I ain't cry. I still don't know why to this day. Now, I don't know if that's have to do with anything like childhood trauma. That's probably like stuff I'm dealing with now. But I don't know. I really can't answer that because I don't know. Maybe because I'm in a different journey in life right now. Like I just really can't answer that.
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack, bro.
Yeah, I really can't. That's crazy. I can't answer to that.
It might have been something for you to do some homework on. You know what I'm saying? But it was a lot to unpack, and it's crazy that you say the thing about his mother because he did talk about that in another point in the interview. Just talking about,
I know that's part of that.
Yeah, part of that section. He talks about having to ask his mother for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't really wasn't able to really make that amends and that connection while they was alive. So he had to make that apology after she was gone. You know what I'm saying? He talked about taking a letter to her gravesite. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And making it right.
I had to go back and dial my ego all the way back down.
That's the other thing we haven't talked about.
Right.
There's no space in any of what we're talking about for ego.
Right. And if you're living by ego, you're basically trying to either control someone or to get them to see life the way you see it.
Yes.
And I had to learn that that's not how you live life, right? And most of my ego came from fear.
Absolutely.
Okay, see, now I'm gonna say I'm just not getting out of that. That type of ego, you know what I'm saying?
Fear or trying to control others is what he said.
Yeah. But I don't know if ego come out of fear. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if, for me, I don't think it ever came out for fear. For me, it more came out of approval. My ego came out of approval. Like, well, this the way to life. I'm right. You know what I'm saying? Or this is this, because it was from approval. I never really. I ain't gonna. It wasn't never for me for fear, but for me it was approval. Like, that's where my egos come from. And like now I'm seeing like, all right, that ego not cool. I'm trying to control this person. Now, you know, it's coming off as controlling, and I don't want to control nobody. So, you know, I'm gonna just live by, just be the example. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Be the example. Less talking. You know.
Yeah, I definitely get that perspective, and I definitely have had ego from that place, and I've definitely had ego from the controlling space or the space of fear. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like somebody's not seeing you. You know what I'm saying? The way you see yourself, and you just want to protect. You feel like you're losing yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the beginning of a relationship, and it's just like she sees you as this great man, but then like you a couple years in, and it's like, you seeing me for me, but it's like you not seeing me right now. Like, I think your perspective is a little bit skewed of who I am. So I'm scared to not be, you know what I'm saying, whoever the world perceives me to be, and just be a mod. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, and a part of that, I feel like, you know, sometimes it'd be a little bit overkill. Like, I still am me, you know what I'm saying? Just because I'm messing up or I'm not the most perfect person, I'm still an incredible person. But a part of me has like a lot of fear of just being like, not seen for what I do and just seeing for myself, because I feel like that part of me might not be as incredible. So then it's like you want to argue or you want to lash out when somebody's just like, it's like, do you know who I am? And then that's when it gets into the ego thing, and it's like you want to do all types of crazy stuff.
I guess that's where the fear can come. You know, the fear of failing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, can cause the ego to lashing out and, you know, talking crazy.
Because why do people want to get their ego stroked at the end of the day? I feel like it's fear. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like it's fear, because it's like fear of losing yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you gotta remind yourself that it's still there, that you still whoever you thought you once was. You know what I'm saying?
Losing yourself. Oh my God. I'll have so many.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, losing yourself is like. But also, can losing yourself be a good thing?
I think it is, bro. I think it is, because it's like I'm not even him anymore. You know what I'm saying? But I am. I can be, but it don't feel the same. You know what I'm saying?
I think letting go is probably one of the best things to do in life. I feel like sometimes that's when the egos come in. We try to hone strong to everything, but really if you just let go, literally let go. Just let go. You know, they say it's, you know, the saying, let go, let God deal with it. You know, I really feel like if we live like that more, the anxiety and depression and the mental health will be a little more down. Because when you walk outside, it's energy all around. You know what I'm saying? So when you just let, you know, God deal with it, and you continue to be good in your heart, whatever is there for you, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna walk towards it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be the magnet towards it, you know, your purpose. So it's really about letting go and not letting the material world and these things around really get to you mentally. Because that's what's like really get to us mentally. Or I'm this, I'm that. Really, I'm just a servant and I'm a child of God. My purpose here was to love my neighbor. I wasn't supposed to do nothing. No. I wasn't supposed to do nothing no bigger than. I mean, of course, things bigger than that. Yeah. But I feel like we get like, oh, I did this. I feed the neighborhood. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Okay, you know, that's what we supposed to do. You know, love. You know, just love, man. When we get the tap, we get the tap. But I feel like that's where, you know, we start losing ourselves. So we start thinking about all our accomplishments and all the things that we're doing and just not living, you know.
Our world, our people, they need to hear this shit.
Absolutely.
Like, they need to know that, you know, that you don't have to be stuck in this place that this trauma and this pain and all these things want us to be stuck in.
We're supposed to be living joyful lives. Women are supposed to just be able to be feminine and soft, still be in your power, still be successful, still be mothers, professionals, famous, whatever it is. We can be all of the things, right?
And men should be able to be loving and not feel like they're going to get emasculated or these things, because, and I just feel like if everybody took the time to look inward and to work on themselves.
In an honest way.
You have to be honest. And I just feel like if we can do that as a people, we'll be in a better space.
This is an on-time message.
Yeah.
Because now it's about showing it. You know what I'm saying? We have to show it. So no more love and hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Show a healthy, show a healthy black man, black woman, and a family. Really, T.I. and Tiny. You know, that was to me was a healthy black family. You know what I'm saying? All in one house, big old house in Atlanta. They going on family trips, doing all this stuff. Yeah, they had an episode when they got into it, but they're still together today. Everything ain't gonna look good. Every day's not gonna look good. You know what I'm saying? Every day is not gonna look well, but we need to start showing it. Now it's about showing it. Start these big platforms, these big black media platforms needs to show, you know, a black man, a black woman in a healthy relationship and loving each other, you know, unconditionally. You know, that now it's about showing it to the community. You know what I'm saying? So like that's to me now that's the next step. Yeah. It's showing.
Yeah, I completely agree, man. And I think it's beautiful the part where he was just talking about men having that space to open up and express themselves because and you know, women, they have sister circles. They can express with their friends. They can do these different things, and they have community, the group. They have nonprofits completely built for them. And you know, men have somewhat similar, but I just feel like he's speaking about these real men who come from these real environments. Yeah. We all real men. We all come from real environments. But these men, especially in the black community, you know what I'm saying, who still don't have a safe space to be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to say they do. They just don't know it. When they go to work. You think they ain't talking to their homeboys on the plant? I'm talking about back in the day, they did. They just went back home and still did what they did. I know it was somebody at their job that was giving them free game. You know, hey, it's going to be all right, man. You know what I'm saying? Just take it easy, man. You ain't got to go home and beat on your wife. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we always did have a safe place to talk. Maybe because where I'm at now, like the job I'm at now, it's nothing but men.
I think we have a safe space to talk but not be vulnerable.
Be vulnerable, okay.
I think that's,
Yeah.
Because we go to the barbershop and we talk.
Yeah. But we're vulnerable at the barbershop.
We are to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that'd be a good episode.
If somebody, you know what I'm saying, at the barbershop, but is somebody going to go to the barbershop and talk about how their mom passed and got them fucked up? You know what I'm saying? They might talk about something that they insecure about something with their woman or something that they're going through. But are you going to talk about?
Well, I have. I mean, I talked about things that messed me up. I've been vulnerable at the barbershop a lot.
Yeah.
Like, that's, to me, I don't care. Yeah. Like, I had a lot of vulnerable conversations at the barbershop.
But I just feel like we're a little different. So
no, I definitely had a lot of vulnerable conversations at a barbershop. Like that's why, you know, I wish, you know, they need to keep those in the neighborhoods. Those are very powerful, you know, vulnerable spots. You know what I'm saying? We need to try to, you know, really keep those. But I mean, I get what you're saying. I get exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, some things is the exception and not the rule. Yeah. I don't know how many, you know, I just think what he was saying is we need more spaces. You know what I'm saying? The barbershop is a good space. It's an excellent space.
How vulnerable do we need to be? I feel like we constantly at work, so you probably like we taking it out, really taking the steam off at work. You probably at the gym, you know, you probably taking that steam off at the gym. Like a lot of time, men start to really work it off. Or take it off. So it's like you really don't have time to really sit, which we need to do. You know, just sit and, you know, relax and think. But I don't know. I don't know how a world would look with men in a vulnerable space.
I don't even think it's about the spaces a little bit now as I reflect on it. I think it's more so just about the stigma. You got to remove the stigma.
Oh,
it gotta
being so tough.
Yeah. Well, just not being able to, you know, when another man is expressing something that he's going through, it to be looked at weakness. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to express something that's going on in your life and me not like, damn, this dude kind of weak. Like the other dudes I talk to, they kind of handle their issues a little bit better. Like this nigga kind of weak. And I feel like that's kind of a mentality that happens when when men express themselves. It's like, okay, well, compared to the other men I know, they did that. Like old dude, his mom got killed the other weekend and he ain't. So now you comparing the way that I deal with my mom passing away, the way he dealt with his mom passing away. You know what I'm saying? And we compare the way men handle trauma. Well, just like we was talking on the previous episode, he was like, man, a dude, he came to the factory and he just got to work. He hit, you know, I think something fell on his foot or something happened. He was like, that's the same thing. It's just like, well, You might not be a man in this moment because another man handled it like this.
Right.
No, you gotta let this man handle it like he handled it. You know what I'm saying? And understand he's still a man. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what it is with vulnerability. It's just like, damn, this dude complaining about something that happened in his life, man. Man, you a bitch. Because somebody else I know, they handled it and they just moved through it. Doesn't mean they processed it, though. I can do it just like them, but I'm trying to get free. This is what freedom looks ugly, bro.
Yeah.
To getting free, freedom looks beautiful, but to get free, bro, that shit ugly.
That's why I said winning is ugly. Yeah. I said that. Times.
You said that all the time. Yeah,
bro. Yeah, freedom. I like that though. You should take that slogan. Freedom is ugly. Yeah, it is. It is. Think about it. You gotta go. You gotta go to war.
Yeah.
You gotta fight. You gotta bloodshed for freedom. That's some ugly stuff, ain't it?
Yeah.
I love it, bro. That's you need to take that, patent that.
Yeah.
Freedom is ugly. I'm going on tomorrow saying that. Freedom is ugly. That's true. Think about it. Think about all the wars. Everything. Look, bro, this thing, the boycotts.
That's real.
Bro, freedom is ugly.
It is. Especially when you think about what it takes to be free. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to provide for yourself, to protect yourself. And that's why when we talk about all these movements, we got to have this on our own. But you don't know what it costs to make some toilet paper. You don't know what it costs to bottle some water. You don't know what it costs to operate some land, to cultivate and all that. That's what freedom look like. Freedom look like more work. Freedom look like more stress. Freedom look like more responsibility. Freedom look like all these different things. You know what I'm saying? But when you get free and you finally free and you know how to maintain your freedom, that's when the abundance comes in. That's when the blessing comes in. But the process of getting free, it's harder than being a slave. You know what I'm saying? It'll have somebody rather be a slave, man.
Yeah, that's why they're still slaves. It's easier being a slave than being a rebel trying to be free. You know what I'm saying? It's always easier to be at the bottom. It's much easier. But to get moved to the top is much harder. More work. More challenges, more envy, more everything. It's just gonna get more and more and more and more, you know. And that's just what comes with it, you know what I'm saying. But freedom is ugly, man. That's the name of this episode.
Freedom is ugly.
Freedom is ugly.
Hey, I like that. I like that. That's deep, man. I like that.
But if you think about it, everybody that try to get free, it's so ugly. Like you got to go to war, back and forth. It's all type of stuff. And when you finally free, you put your hands up.
Yeah.
You put your hands up like, I'm free.
Yeah.
And you look wore down, you look tired, but you're free.
Yeah.
Now you got to rebuild back. Slowly pick yourself back up, brick by brick by brick, but slow. You know what I'm saying? Just like a person that's overweight, they want to get free from obesity. They got to go through all these type of diet regimens, exercise. They gotta do all this hard stuff just to get free. They gotta eat right. They gotta make sure they're taking in the right calories. They gotta make sure they're moving their body as much in the day. They can't eat at a certain time. So imagine the shivers or stuff they probably going through. Like, I can't eat after 6. You know what I'm saying? Because if I eat after 6, you know, I'm not gonna lose a certain. So like, yeah, freedom is crazy.
You are my sister. And this is a safe space for me to say what I need to say. Because at times when we're at our lowest, we need our sisters. Just like you guys need your brothers. And that's why this conversation was so real, because I hope and I pray that this conversation can open up different conversations in our culture about being there for each other and not being at odds with each other, no matter what we've been through.
I feel like that just reinforces what we was just saying. You know what I'm saying? Just the importance of us having a safe space and just how, you know, us as a community, we got to do better just being a safe space for each other, bro.
I'm really different from the community, bro. I had 7 sisters. So I always had a safe space to talk to women. That's why I can talk to women vulnerably my whole life and not feel like I'm a bitch or feel less of a man. I have 7 sisters. Bro, I got a homegirl. I'm just thinking about my homegirl, Deja, bro. We have so many vulnerable conversations. It's crazy. But like, bro, we had so many vulnerable conversations. Like, I've been knowing Deja since we 18, freshman in college. You know, I was just over there Tuesday with my baby, my daughter. And man, we used to sit on her mama porch. We used to sit on her mama porch, bro, chiefing, just talking. I'm being vulnerable, letting know how I feel, just being vulnerable, laughing, talking. 18, I mean, and they just one of the prettiest girls, bro. Like pretty young lady, pretty. You know what I'm saying? And I was always vulnerable with her. Like we was like, and I guess that's just me from having my sisters, bro. Like I always been vulnerable with women. Like even now, like I can talk to women, bro. It's crazy. That's why I limit my conversations now with women, because I know I can be very vulnerable with a woman, and I know I can get more out of them. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up around 7 sisters, so it's kind of like I didn't know, like, to really, like, I want to say this year, like I understand why I can mingle so well with women. I had 7 sisters. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I can be vulnerable with a woman, bro. And you know, some of them might be like, oh yeah, that nigga ain't, but that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because you was vulnerable with me too. You know what I'm saying? But I always had that. I'm just speaking for myself. I always had that safe space. You know what I'm saying? Like I did, but I also understand what he's saying. I get it, because sometimes I feel like I don't have that safe space for women, but for the majority part, I feel like I do. You know what I'm saying? Like I just, man, hey, a teacher I work with, principal I used to work with, and I used to sit in her office, tell her, you know, what I was going through, just being open with her and being vulnerable. And she'll listen, you know. And you know, sometimes man got to figure out who to read, what women to go to. You know, a woman that's very, you got to read, bro. You got to read to which woman to go to. You know what I'm saying? Go to somebody that's soft spoken, somebody that's open, free. You know what I'm saying? Something that's like that, just open to talk. You know, that's open to listen for real, and that has wisdom to give you back. You know what I'm saying? Like the lady I went to, she was married. So, you know, I just went in the office, and how can't she judge me? She been through hell, and you know what I'm saying? She been through things. You know what I'm saying? So all she's gonna do is try to guide me to be better. So, you know, I do watch who I try to, you know, vent to and be vulnerable to. But yeah, I feel like I always had that with women. But with us as men, we do, in the community, we do need to be trying to find a way to be vulnerable to our women. And y'all gotta understand it is hard for a brother out here.
Shout out to the brothers and sisters that's out here being safe spaces for people, man. We love y'all, man.
Yeah, for real. Like Like, do you feel like you have a female friend that you can be vulnerable to?
Yeah. I probably say about 2. You know, I think I had a way more female friends in high school and like middle school, but as I got older, it just kind of like changed. Especially when I went off to college, because I kind of like ghosted everybody when I went off to college. But yeah, I have 2 close friends, 2 close female friends who, like, I could tell them like anything. You know what I'm saying? And I've known them for like a grip. You know, one of them I've known since middle school, and the other one I met when I was 19 when I was in college. So yeah, I mean, just like definitely had those safe spaces, man. I feel like being able to talk to my mom definitely is a safe space. I could tell my mom anything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And like, you different from everybody in the community. Everybody just can't go to an open mom like that. And really, Jeezy is suffering from not being able to communicate with his mom. That's why that's what he's suffering from. That he couldn't. It's not even. Yeah, it's not even, bro. It's not even the fact that he's healing from. I couldn't have a safe conversation with my mom. That's what's fucking him up. And I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But
he keeps bringing it back up.
Yes,
he keeps
you know what I'm saying?
Back up, even in the book.
Yeah. It's fucking him up. Like, bro, I can't talk to my mom. Like, I want to talk to my mom about the shit I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell you why all this stuff hurt, or mom, I didn't like when you did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember he talked about when his mom had dementia, and when he was trying to tell her something, he said, you know, she made some type of face. You know what I'm saying? Like she didn't want to talk about it. But he has to. It's like, Mom, I have to talk to you to get this pain off of me. And I just need you to really just listen, so I can get this pain that you kind of put on me. I just want to talk about. I'm not mad about you. I'm not mad at you. I just want to get it off. You know what I'm saying? Just have a conversation. That's it. Without being fussed at, without being, you know, looked at in your type of way, looking at me as a man. You know what I'm saying? And just you know, be safe with me. You know, just have a conversation. I can be vulnerable with you. That's all. That's all. So
no, I agree, man. I think it's important for us just to take advantage of the time that we do have. You know what I'm saying? If it's a chance that we can't have those conversations, and man, there's so much pain, there's so much just, bro, it's so much trauma, so much pain, so much loaded emotions in these parent to child relationships. Like, it's been so many times, and I think I might have told you this before. It's like, it's times that you might be arguing with somebody, and it's like, I'm not even arguing with you. I'm arguing with your mama. I'm arguing with your dad. Like, you are not the problem. It's this dance that you've been doing with your parents that you're keep reenacting.
Damn.
That's the problem between me and you. It's not even me and you. I didn't heard people say different things about their parents, and it's just like, damn, I know that, but look, you doing it to me now. Like all these different, you know what I'm saying?
God.
Like that's something that I always say. Like, bro, I ain't never argue with. It's rarely that I argue with somebody. I'm be arguing with their parents, man. I'm arguing with something that your parents taught you or something that you haven't healed with your parents, man.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah, that's, oh my God, yes. Oh my God.
And the one question that I always have for people, you know, when we come to these parent wounds, we can always describe what our parents didn't give us, but then we can't describe what we lack. It's easy to say what they didn't give us, but it's hard to say what we lack. It's like, dang, my dad didn't do this for me. He never said. But you don't know what that did to you. You don't know how that affected you. It's easy to know what they didn't give you, but now you don't know what you don't have. Yeah. And I think that's one of the most things that
that is a good question. That is a great question to ask people. All right, so your parents did this, so how did that affect you? Yeah. Okay, they didn't give you these pair of shoes.
Because they always say it doesn't affect, like I got over it. It's like, it's always I got over it. It's always it doesn't affect me.
And it still does.
And it does.
But it'd be like, what did you get over? You know, that's a question I had to ask myself. What did I get over?
Woo.
You know what I'm saying? What did I get over? First of all, what did I lack that? You know what I'm saying? You know, I do watch now, like, I missed a video of Farrakhan talking about, you know, children, you know, 28, 29 years old, blaming their parents for their adult situations. I'm just like, yeah, you're right. I can't, you know, as a grown man, can't blame, like, oh, my mom didn't do this, she didn't have this, and she didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? I can't blame that on her for my situation. Nah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a grown man. You know what I'm saying? I can't, no. You know, I can't do that. You know, that's a crutch for sure. That's a crutch that a lot of people use.
And it takes faith in order to heal those wounds, especially when you're talking about a parent that's gone. You have to have a real connection with God for you to feel like you've got your energy off, that you've really made that forgiveness. Like when he talks about going to that gravesite and talking to his mom, like you have to have a real connection with God to actually feel like that weight is lifted. Because otherwise, you just going to be feeling like, dang, I never got the opportunity.
So his title is called, I Might Forgive, But I Don't Forget.
Woo.
What do you think with that slogan? I hear that slogan a lot.
Yeah, when I heard it, it made me think about it honestly made me feel like he's still hurt. You know what I'm saying?
I always feel like that's a bitter response.
Yeah, I do. I don't know, just me personally, like I do. I felt like it's like sometimes I've seen people go through their life and they move with love and they move like they ain't never experienced different things. Like even Mama Soul, like I love the way Mama Soul show up and the way she take up space. You know what I'm saying? And she's been through a lot, you know, with the cancer and different things in her life. And she still chooses to show up as just this bright light. And I felt like that's what I want to do with my pain and my wounds. Like I want to show up and just like let that, let it light up the room. You know what I'm saying? Use that in order to understand and have empathy for others. And not let it be like, yeah, I've definitely felt this pain and I forgive, but I'm not finna forget. It's not about forgetting, man. It's just about discharging that energy, man. Like, I feel like that statement just shows that I feel like it's some things. It's like, what's the phrase? Like, what's understood don't need to be explained. It's just like, you know what I'm saying, for you to have to say that statement.
Shit ass.
You know what I'm saying? For you to have to say that statement, that, you know, the statement, I forgive, but I don't forget, shows me that it's like, maybe it's not understood yet.
Only reason why I said it's a bitter response because I heard someone say it before, and the way they said it, it was like, you don't really forgive. You don't. Because you wouldn't put but. The but tells it, he doesn't forgive. Yeah. The but.
Yeah.
And first of all, you say I might, or people say I have forgive, but I don't forget. Once you say but, you never forgave. You never forgive once you said but. Oh, but. You know what I'm saying? That's like me saying, hey, I'm going to do this, but what's the but for?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the album was decent. You know what I'm saying? I did listen to. We listened to actually yesterday in the gym. It was decent. My favorite song on there since Pac died. That's my joint. But Free Champagnes. I like Free Champagnes on there too. But yeah, man, I'm glad he's in a healing space. You know, really a grown man. You know what I'm saying? He's just going through grown man pains. You know what I'm saying? That's all. And it's just on a big platform. He just going through grown man pains.
And I think overall than anything, man, you know, it's just a powerful conversation just to pull information from. But bigger than anything, I salute him and commend him for just even opening up to have a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
I respect it. I feel like I feel like now I feel more relief because now we've been having these conversations. We've been having this for the community. You know what I'm saying? So like now, to me, it's like, okay. You know,
people coming around.
Yeah, people coming around, but we've been having these conversations. Facts. Like, bro, you go back and watch our episodes. Like I said, uncomfortable conversations. You know what I'm saying?
That's everybody's favorite. Anytime somebody come up to me, even when I was in Atlanta, that was the one that they.
Bro, we've been having these conversations. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why I kind of like got scared. You know, to be vulnerable on here because the whole world can get to this. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I think about it might not get back to my family, but it's just knowing that I said it on the surface. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I took it. Like, man, we've been having these conversations, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy that it is, you know, on the big platforms. But I know my community is gonna wake up a few. You know what I'm saying? But it's a good start. It's a great start. It's a beautiful start. You know what I'm saying? To a new beginning, because it's time for change. You know what I'm saying? We got to bring back love. Like, we really got to bring back love. You know, we do. We do.
A part of me was like, is like hesitant to play the last clip because I was like, dang, this is kind of like on a good note, but I feel like the other clip is more like critical. But I feel like it is important to talk about. Because I feel like it's a conversation that needs to happen. So we're going to play it. We're going to play the last clip.
I understand what it's like to have your own wounds, that your work that she need to do, right? And she didn't get a chance to do that. And I understand that maybe she had a different way of loving me that I didn't understand, right? And because my mom the type, if I go to the basketball court and get jumped, she gonna take me around there to fight everybody one-on-one.
Me too.
Right.
I'm taking my kids too.
She's like, come on, him first, him second,
and
him
I
third.
got your back, and the Vaseline's in the car, and I'm gonna take my earrings off, and let's go.
Yeah, that's her.
But do you understand that was her way of loving you?
No. Yeah. I was like, no. I'm like, no, but she has to be strong right now. You know what I'm saying? She has to be strong, you know, because the situation she's going through.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm gonna let you speak.
Yeah, I think it's that single parent scenario. Yeah. And, you know, my mom didn't been through that, you know, and I've been through that with my mom, you know, her having to raise 4 boys and to, you know, have to be the mom and the dad. You know what I'm saying? Even though my dad raised me till I was 10 and then raised my older brothers in older ages, my little brother on a younger age, he was 8 when my dad passed. So, you know, but for her to have to raise us up to a certain extent and, you know, and have to be that masculine energy, it was shocking at times because it's like, it's funny because I was having this conversation with my mom and I guess I just want to say in general, my takeaway from it was I think she might have missed the fact that he was saying that this is something that traumatized him. You know what I'm saying? That I got into a fight with these boys outside, and what I needed from my mom in that moment, at least what I took from it, is I needed her to have sympathy for me or have some type of consoling energy. But instead what she did is she remained that rock and said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take you back outside and you're going to fight again. Now that could have been something that might have been easier to understand from your father because he's fire. Yeah. But I need my mom to be cool water right now.
That's crazy. My mom, if I feel any type of masculine energy, that shit.
It don't feel the same.
It don't feel the same. It'd be like, I'm straight.
Yeah, it's an imbalance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, and that's what I kind of was highlighting even with the conversation with my mom. Like, I was literally talking to my mom probably 2 days ago, and I was talking to her about how, like, she was like, your dad, he was the head of the household. And I said, I felt that way, but I didn't feel that way at the same time. Because I knew if anybody could go against what he said, it was you. So if dad's like, nah, y'all can't do this, I'm like, Mom, can we do this? And for the most part, she'd be like, nah, if he said you can't do it, you can't. But if she felt strongly about something, she'd be like, okay, I'll go talk to him. And it felt like a balance in my household.
Oh, that still makes him the head.
It does make him the head.
Said,
but
I had to, ain't no,
yeah.
No, she did it. She said, basically what she said was, okay, y'all want to do something, let me go talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
I still got to go to the head.
Right.
Now, the head, as a man, you know, let me listen to what my wife has to say. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if it makes sense, okay, baby. And then she come back and tell y'all. So he was always the head.
Yeah. So we was talking about and just discussing like the different roles that women play, you know, and what leadership really looks like. Mm-hmm. Because oftentimes we think it's just a dictatorship, and it's not really that. You know what I'm saying? It's about.
That's crazy you said that, bro. Before I got here, it was a young lady. She's 25. We just talked about that. She was like, she lives in a different culture. My bad to cut you up, but a different culture. She lives in a different culture neighborhood, and it's they got Lamborghinis. They got all the nice cars, pretty much like Rolls Royces or whatever. But there's 5 families in that one home. Mm. Most people, I don't want to say they're Arabs or Chaldeans, Arabs.
Yeah.
I don't want to get them mixed up. But,
Middle Eastern, yeah.
Yeah, but they all live in one house. And she was just saying how, you know, other culture women can just not like take, like, they can just take, you know, order from their men. But us, you know, we gotta, you know, talk back and do that. She like, my man, sometimes I be like, but then I had to calm down, be like, let me listen to him. You know what I'm saying? He might be right. You know, let me not, you know, talk back and do all that, you know, all that type of stuff. And he's not trying to control me, or he's not trying to, you know, like you said, dictatorship, you know, and that's one of the biggest things in our culture. We don't know the roles.
Yeah.
We don't know the roles because, I mean, they took us out. They took family out of the black community, man.
And I think what my point was, it's kind of like for you to be a good leader, you have to take good counsel. You have to take you know, consideration of how other people feel. And I was telling her, I didn't understand what certain things meant, like what an aunt is, or what a cousin is, or what a grandparent is. Like, I didn't understand what a granny meant, like what that meant, until my dad was gonna whoop us one day, and my granny was like, "Mark, don't you whip them children." And when my dad is about to whip us, nobody can stop it from whipping us. Nobody.
And grandma, stop.
But she like, "Mark, don't you whip them children." And that was the first time I seen him stop about to whip us. And I was like, I don't know who she is, but she powerful.
Yeah, that's the.
You know what I'm saying?
The child.
Because that's his mama. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't understand the role until that moment. And it really let me understand, like, he's the head. But when grandma around, she got some power. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She might not be able to flex it every minute of the day. But when granny say something, it holds weight. Like when my mom say something, it holds weight. And it helped me see them leadership roles. You know what I'm saying? So getting back to the clip, it's like sometimes the woman got to exercise that masculine and that feminine. And sometimes it's just hard to see, because I feel like as children, we just need that balance. And I feel like what she might not have maybe understood was that fact that he kind of needed that balance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And like I said, she's doing her thing.
Yeah,
you know
and I love the energy. She did a great job, man. She did an excellent job.
She did,
man.
And she cried. And I'm like, come on, don't cry. You know what I'm saying? But she did it like, Nia Long has a beautiful career, bro. Like, she was in the 90s, one of the hottest, you know, black female actresses. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nia Long was, man, cold. Nia Long, cold. Still to this day, she cold.
When I think about it, I think about Are We There Yet? And Friday.
Yeah, are we there that Friday?
Yeah,
Love Jones, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, she has a beautiful career. You know what I'm saying? And she's been in the spotlight. The Best Man. Oh my God! Like, she's been in the spotlight. Yeah. She's been in the spotlight so long, and for something like that to happen, it's just like, it sucks. But she still she's a beautiful soul. You know what I'm saying? She's a very, you know, beautiful soul, and I'm happy that I got homegirls like that. I got a homegirl just like her, bro. So like it was good to see it. You know what I'm saying? I felt so home. I felt so warm. Like I got a homegirl at work like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I thank God I did go to HBCU. You know what I'm saying? Now the more I think about it, because I did create those vulnerable spaces. And man, HBCU, that's where you do build those vulnerable. You build those conversations. We was having. That's why I be like, a lot of this stuff I'm seeing that we're preaching, or that the space we in, I already did it, but not knowing it. But like that's why it was hard. That's why it was always hard for me to come back home. Like I never understood my professor Romeo, Professor Reese was telling me, man, don't go back. He always kept telling me, don't go back home. Don't go back home. I didn't understand that, but like now I do, because when I was away from home, I'm around free-minded thinkers.
Ooh.
I'm around people that's vulnerable, because you got to be vulnerable. Some days you don't want to get. You got to cry. I want to do this. I got to do all this paperwork. I got to do that. I got to go to school. And then you got to talk them to bring them back up, and then go back and do it. Go back
to war.
Go back to war.
Yeah.
You're doing that on a constantly daily basis. You see people sleeping on. I was sleeping out of the car. Like you just see people doing whatever they got to do to get a degree. You know what I'm saying? Just getting the job done. And and people just living freely. You know what I'm saying? Just living freely. And then when I came back home, it was more you gotta watch what you say. Can't come in the house at this time. It was just like, all right, bro. Yeah. I'm used to, having my vulnerable conversations, having my vulnerable space. Like I had my vulnerable space. Like I was, it'd be the fight back at home. It's when you leave and try to come back, and it'd be hard to bring it back. The things that you went to go grab. That's why when you start your new family, you create the new vulnerable space. You are the parent that's vulnerable with your child, and you letting your child be vulnerable with you. You know what I'm saying? You just restarted. That's all you're really doing. That's all. That's really what the thing is. So now is to teach the next generation how to be healthy parents to our children. That's the mission. Is to be that example. And we're doing it. To be honest, we're really doing a good job at it.
Yeah, we are.
I can really say, like, we're doing a great job at it.
And it makes me think. It's crazy. It's crazy your point, because it's so deep about the power of spaces and what it does to your mind.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of these artists, these hood rap artists, they live in the hood all their life. Then they go out to California, and then they acting different.
They can't even rap the same.
Yeah, they don't even rap the same. And it's not even a good or bad thing. It's just that environment changes.
It do.
You know what I'm saying? They not on go all the time. And I feel like that's how I was when I went to North Carolina. Like, it just changed me. Like, in a good way. You know, it made me just be like more free of a thinker. And it just made me feel like it's certain spaces on this earth that you can be in, and you just feel like you're the only person there. Even if you're surrounded by a sea of people, it's just like when you're somewhere where nobody knows you, you start to look at your old you and like, do I have to be him right now? I don't have to be him right now. You start over. And you really question who you can be, who you can be who you always wanted to be. You have the potential to be, but oftentimes what holds us back from being who we want to be is the people who know what we've been or who we've been. It's the people who know who we've been that sometimes hold us back from becoming who we want to be, because we feel like, man, if I embrace this new version, they're going to be calling me fake, or I did this or I did that. But at the end of the day, it's those spaces that you go to, and it's just like, yo, I can create from this space.
Yeah, no, that's how I feel now. Like my old job to my new job, the way, because it ended so sloppy. Like my new job is just to create a new, better me. I'm not who I was at my old job. My new job, I'm trying to be better, and I'm still striving to be better and better, a better version. Like, man, you might see me coming in, boy, a full blown suit.
Yeah,
consistently, just because I'm working on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. I can't say I'm leveling up. I just had a conversation on Tuesday. One of my one of my mentors, he said, "Your brain doesn't know what it's doing. So, say if you telling your brain, I'm leveling up, or I'm up next. Your brain don't know if you did the work or not. So he was like, you gotta start taking actions. You know what I'm saying? So just taking actions of leveling up. So take the steps of actions that equals to level up. You know what I'm saying? So instead of saying I'm about to level up, because your brain, or I am leveled up. Your brain think you are, but if you didn't take the actions, you know, it doesn't know if you did it or not. So like, that was a key thing I learned this week.
Yeah, we gotta step into our power, man. We gotta step into our power, and something that I've been thinking about too before we wrap up. Was a conversation I was having with my friend not too long ago about turning 25. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
we both turning 25, and
that's a magical. I'm telling you,
I'm turning 25 in January, so it made me think about just like a lot of us feel like we got to get serious now. The time for dreaming is over. You know what I'm saying? You know, like those dreams, those goals, those aspirations, that side hustle or side business that I was moving, like it's not working. Now's the time to create a family. Now's the time to buckle down. Now the time is to go deep into this corporate world and just like create safety, stability. And I get that. Yeah. But I was not put on this planet for safety. It's me personally. I'm only speaking for, I swear to God, I'm not trying to commend it. But for those out there who have the same feeling, who have the same knowing and understanding, listen, do not let your age define your dreams. If you know you was put on this planet for bigger things and greater pastures and greater spaces, do not let your age make you feel like, hey, man, I got to do this or I got to do that in terms of working, in terms of passion, in terms of purpose, because God put you on a purpose for bigger than pushing papers. So you got to understand that, man. And I want y'all to know that, hey, you got brothers and sisters out here that's still pushing that's still going through the ups and downs of this creative journey. You know what I'm saying? Us doing this podcast, we 3 years in this, ain't quit yet. You know what I'm saying? We can say, hey, man, this is too much of a time investment. This is too much stress. This is too much this. We ain't going to do that. We going to give up on that and just go all the way. But we have things in our soul that we have to get out because it's a part of our purpose. And we not letting age or time define us. We are timeless. This show is timeless. Our work is timeless. And we putting it out in the world because it's going to impact somebody one day. So just understand, man, that your purpose is not defined by the time that you live in or the age that you're at, man. And I want you to know that you're going to win. I've been listening to David Goggins a lot lately, man. You going to win. Man, I'm telling you, when I be in the gym, I be feeling like David Goggins in that mug, bro.
Remember I told you I came on this. Remember when I was acting all hard and shit? Bro, listen.
Bro, he got me on a different level, man.
I'm telling you, hey, I be telling you, I know you was probably looking at me like, this nigga crazy. Look, all right now. I read the book.
Yeah.
I couldn't bitch about shit no more, bro. I read his book. I'm like, Devin, man, I would love that. Shout out to David.
We gotta get him on.
I love, my favorite thing is how he say, people are just scared to show who the fuck they are. You know what I'm saying?
That.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's all. People just scared to show who the fuck they are. And I'm going to say it just like, you know, I don't think he said it just like that, but I know my boy cuss, and I'm going to say it just like that. But people are just so scared to show who the fuck they are.
I just love how vulnerable he is, man.
He's vulnerable as hell.
Like, he's not afraid to be like, man, I was weak. I was this. I used to get bullied.
What's so crazy, we really do have a vulnerable space.
Strong men is being vulnerable, and that's what I love. Like men like Jeezy.
But it's like, bro, he has a whole book, and he's loved by millions of people. You know what I'm saying? I think that the question is, can you cross over as a black man? That's the question.
What do you mean?
So I know we always talk about, you know, black men being vulnerable. Can you like cross over? Can you get the other side? Besides your neighborhood, can you get the other side to see your vulnerability? Can you have them see your struggle?
Yeah, that's deep.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's deep.
David Goggins is a black man.
Yeah, he's loved by everybody. All races, all cultures.
But he's a black man.
Yeah,
you read his book?
Yeah. No, I haven't read it, but I've heard him discuss it though.
Yeah, like
I know about his book. Stay Hard.
Stay Hard.
Yeah.
In his book, I don't know. I think he got 2 different books. Then
yeah, he do.
Okay, the one I read, it talks about, you know, his father. His father was one of them niggas back in the day. Like his father was like a drug dealer, pimp, whatever. He worked with Rick James and all that. He was like from Buffalo, so like he's from the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? But then he his mom moved around. She had a guy, and I remember the guy, his stepfather got killed, if I'm not mistaken, in the book. But long story short is, he crossed over. Pretty much what I'm saying. Like, he's a black man that crossed over. He's on Joe Rogan. And I ain't saying, you know, these people's racist or anything. I'm just saying, like, to be vulnerable and have that many people love you, it's hard as hell to do as a black man.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the hell they love about them, but I know what they like. They like that tough shit. You know what I'm saying? They like you being down, you know what I'm saying, and getting over it. You know what I'm saying? But that's how, you know, I don't want to say that's how they are as people. But like they just like that shit. They just like it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the question now. Can you cross over?
Yeah. Can your story transcend your race?
Yeah. Like Pop, Will Smith. Like, you know, just now that's some levels. You know what I'm saying? I think like, you know, that's what drives me. You know, I ain't gonna, after I read that book, that's really that drives me. Like, I could be a black man. My story can transcend. That's how you say it.
Yeah,
Transcends to other races. Because I do want to connect with more races. You know what I'm saying? I do want to diverse and talk to more races and tell them about my struggle. Also hear about your struggle and tell them, hey, we can get through this thing called life. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to be strong about it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to give a fuck. But you. You know what I'm saying? We can get through this thing. And yeah, I'm just going to leave off that note.
Yeah. Man, we gonna make it to the end, man. I appreciate you doing this episode with me, man.
I appreciate you, man.
If y'all haven't checked out the conversation with Jeezy and Sister Nia Long, man, check that out, man. Powerful conversation, man. This has been another late night session, powerful session, man. Freedom is ugly, man.
Freedom is ugly, man.
Yeah.
Freedom is ugly.
Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man, and share this with the people in your life that you know need to hear this, man. Yeah. But more importantly,
that's a fee. You know what I'm saying? That the fee is to share it. You know what I'm saying? To share it with people you know that's gonna like it, people you know that's going through it. Because like I said, I know somebody that's 18 right now is a freshman in college. He's a first generation. She's a first generation. And they, you know, probably feel like they the black sheep or they just going through things. They're trying different things that wasn't in their norm, you know. So we all learning this thing called life, and we all a community. So, you know, make sure you share and subscribe.
Greatest show in late night television. This is Breaking the Machine, Spank the Bank, Ahmad the Poet.
You know
that's
it.
another episode of Breaking the Machine, and that's a wrap. You
dig? You dig.